Hi guys, so today's gonna be a video about me passing the NCLEX. I know I waited a little longer to do this, but I just want to show you guys and share with you guys what resources I use in order to pass my NCLEX in 85 questions. I will also do this video in Spanish. As you guys know, my channel is in Spanish, but I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys in English and Spanish my journey and what I use to maybe or perhaps someone can really help them to also pass the NCLEX in 85 questions. So let's go, guys. Hi guys, so this is Lesion. I have my channel in Spanish, like I said you guys before, but I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys this in English for the people that really want to know what I used, what I did, and how was my journey throughout my test in the NGN, and kind of give you guys what it was in my test and just to kind of help you guys through the exam. So I graduated 2021 back in New Jersey from Berkeley College. I graduated from that college, and this is my third time taking the exam, which I feel proud of it. I don't feel bad to say it, but it's my third time taking the exam, and it's my first time taking the NGN, and it's my second time that I did not pass the NCLEX. So yes, it's my first time. So as you guys already know, someone that didn't pass the test, you know, you go to depression, you go through a lot of things going through your mind, you really give up at one point in your life because you don't want to keep failing, you know, something that you work very hard for. And that's how I felt at one point in my life, that I was just, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't keep paying $200 every time I failed the test. So I was just, you know, very, very upset and frustrated that I, you know, couldn't pass a test that I worked so hard for it. So after the second time, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take some time, I'm gonna do something different, I'm gonna just go ahead and just redo everything and rethink everything and just take my time. So I moved out of New Jersey and I moved to the United States, so I have to wait for that to establish before I go ahead and do another scheduling on my test. So by that time, they were already working on changing the old NCLEX to the new NGN NCLEX, and I can really tell you that I feel so happy that the way the scoring this test, because it really helps a lot of us. Because if you guys remember that old NCLEX was not, the score was just, it was just failing or passing, or 1 point or 0 point. Now you get to have partial credit, you get to have more static questions, you get to have more case studies. And for me in school, we learned a lot of case studies. Like we were talk about cases and then we break it down and we're kind of know what the symptoms and diagnosis were based on the case study. So that's something that I really learned through school. But at the same time, you don't even know what you're gonna get, because you can get all SATA, case studies, or just multiple choice. So I want to go ahead and tell you guys what I did. So after I moved to out of New Jersey, I decided to go ahead and pay again $200 and schedule my exam for July 6th. So it took me 2 months to study. I wanted to take enough time to study. So this time I decided not to overwhelm myself. So one tip, guys, first tip, do not overwhelm yourself, okay? Take it easy, take your time. Do not rush to your studies. Second tip, try to get 1 or 2 resources to study. Do not get more than 2, because every resource does things differently and you might get confused by using different resources at the same time. So remember, second tip, use 1 or 2 resources that you are completely sure they're gonna be the ones you're gonna be studying until your test. 3, do not study the day before your exam. Please don't do like I did. I said I was not going to, but I kind of just went to a little review real quick the day before, and that's about it. I didn't do anything else. I didn't do any practice tests. I didn't really read a book, nothing. I just did a little review of what I already have studied before, and that's it. And also what I did was I took my time to study. I prioritized 2 hours a day to study, and in the weekend I would just relax. I'll probably have a Saturday that I would say, you know what, I would study 1 hour on Saturday, and that's about it. But I took my time during those 2 months because we have to continue living. You know, it's not just this exam. You have to also do your life. and be okay with that. So do not overwhelm yourself. I think the third tip. So the third tip is to make a time for your studies. If you're gonna study from 6 to 8, that's gonna be the study from 6 to 8, okay? Because it will throw you off if you study in different times, because life happens and you wanna make sure that you have that time already for your studies. So you have that time for that and no one can take it away from you. So, and the last thing I can tell you is, one of my biggest thing is to do not tell anyone about your test. I didn't tell anyone about my test. I want to keep it to myself, and I just want to focus on me, because I don't want people to be telling me or asking me when it's my test, how to go. I didn't want none of that, so I just decided to not say anything. So first resource, I saw Remar Nurse and I purchased this book. This book, for me, it was really good, not only because it give you a breakdown on a lot of different diseases, it give you pharmacology, and my downside was pharmacology. So I decided to study more pharmacology than anything, because I know that was my very low score. So it gives you like pharmacology. And at the beginning, it gives you like the diseases, like it tells you what to look for, the symptoms. It gives you a little bit of like NCLEX notes for you to remember, clinical priorities. It gives you a lot of different things. So this book definitely is good to study on your way to work, if you're flying, whatever it is. This Remar Nurse, definitely, I'll say yes. The second thing that I purchased from Remar was their program, okay? They have a schedule of the program, and the program will tell you what to study every day, and it will tell you what tests to do, and it will tell you what questions you have to do, because they have a quick bank. So that definitely helps. So Remar, and she goes straight to the point, exactly what it is, and they're very short videos. So you don't have to sit there for 2-3 hours. So it will give you a whole schedule, what to follow, and that's what I follow, everything. And my third and last resort, I did half on Mark klimex and half for Archer. So this was my book, I could say a book, my notes for Mark klimex, as you guys can see, and this is Remar Nurse. So I put everything in one binder so I would know where to study. So this was Mark klimex lecture. So, and I did Archer. After I finished with Remar's Q banks, I went and go ahead and did a little bit of Archer, because Archer gives you a little bit more of the clinical part of the case studies. And it's, for me, the exam was pretty much the same as the Archer. Like the same display, it was pretty much the same. So I went into the test. I wasn't confident, but when I sat there, I got a little nervous like everybody else, and I just took my time. It took me 3 hours and a half to answer 85 questions. I read through the questions carefully, and every time I would get a SATA question, I would do true and false on the answers. And I would only pick the one that were true for me. I would not try to pick any extra. That's what I did in all my SATA questions. I have multiple choice questions too. And it's weird because I had a lot of multiple questions too, multiple choice questions. And I had 6 case studies, and I had highlight, the highlighted ones that you have to do. And I had a question that I did not study. I had a question about cranial nerves. I was like, I don't know what this is. So I just guessed that one. So sometimes you might want to go extra a little bit and study things that you don't remember often, because they might come out. So that was something that it came out to me, cranial nerves, and I did not remember what was that, or what kind of disease was in cranial number 8 or number 7. Nah. So you might want to review that as well, just in case. But yes, SATA questions, do you true and false, and only mark the ones that you know they're true and move on. Do not, please, do not try to answer more than the ones that you sure they're true. That's all I can tell you guys. And case studies, read the case studies very well, because the answers are there. And the good thing is that they give you questions like answer 3 diagnoses that you might think. So you have a chance that 2 might be right and 1 might be wrong, or maybe you all got them right. So carefully read them and take your time. Do not rush through it. You can do it. I'm a 3 times test taker. If I could do it, you can do it, guys. So if you have any questions, you guys know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, You can put notifications if you want to know a little bit more about me. And I hope this helped you guys. So if you have any questions, just text me. I'm in TikTok too, if you guys want to know. And if you want to go into my Spanish channel, you guys are very welcome to. So I hope this journey helped you guys. And if you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Bye, guys.